the tea? What's 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 the tea?
Hello everybody. I am the Water Bear and welcome back to the Water Bear's Tea. And in this bit of tea, we're talking about Saturn and Aquarius, okay? And you know, as a fellow Aquarius, I am excited for this transit, all right? Now, this is officially beginning my Saturn return. So this is going to be a little interesting for me, but I am excited regardless, okay? Saturn is known for kind of being like the godfather of the planets, and he rules over us with a little bit of an iron fist. And let me not say a little bit, it's very strong, okay? Saturn represents responsibility, limitation, restriction, integrity, character, progress. Slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes in life when you feel like you're stuck or blocked, usually it's Saturn, okay, blocking you so that you can work harder, so that you can persevere, so that you can find ways to overcome. His energy is all about getting to the top of the mountain. He is the ruling planet over the zodiac sign of Capricorn. And it's all about the effort put in to achieve for the long term, okay? Wherever Saturn is in your birth chart, that depicts the area where you need to work really hard to gain more responsibility. And Saturn also deals with karma, so it's a lot as well of karma you've brought from past lives to really work on yourself. In your birth chart as well, wherever Saturn is, this is the place where things might not come super easy to you initially, but it is a place where in the long term you will reap the most benefits. Okay, Saturn, he's not just cruel for no reason, you know what I mean? He is known for, if you think about the planet in astronomy, being gassy and cold, okay, icy. And so his cold temperament, we feel that, but the purpose of that is kind of like a strict father, so that you can really work and get to the top. It's like a military sergeant, okay? And anyone that has Saturn strongly placed in their chart feels that. And so wherever Saturn moves in the collective, we are dealing with responsibility, limitation, and, restriction in whatever area of the sky Saturn is, okay? And so starting on March 21st, Saturn will move into Aquarius, and he will be there until July the 1st of 2020. Then he's going to retrograde back into Capricorn to give us a touch more lessons in the energy of Capricorn, and will officially and fully move into Aquarius December 17th until March the 7th of 2023. Okay, and so his energy, he moves pretty slow, so you feel him very strong. He's one of the he's the last planet that we can see with the naked eye, which also shows how he represents limitations. We are limited with vision of the other planets past Saturn. And of course, now that we have telescopes and things, we can look past that, but Saturn rules that boundary. Okay, notice as well he has those rings, okay, which rules boundary. And Saturn deals with your skeletal system, okay? Notice your skeletal system is very limiting. You can't like toss your head around fully 360 degrees because of your skeletal system. But notice if you did not have bones in that structure, you would be goop on the floor, okay? So Saturn's energy can be tough, but it's very, very, very important for stability in the long term. This is why people speak a lot about your Saturn return from the age of 27 to 30. Okay, because that is the time when Saturn is back in the place where it was when you were born, and he's really, really testing you on whatever you've been doing and all the work you've been putting in since your birth. It's the time you reap the benefits or reap whatever karma that you have been going through your entire life. Okay, so a lot of people notice around 27, 28, 29, things get a little bit tough, but it's because Saturn is testing you and is wanting you to become your own authority. All right. And every 27 to 29 years, you have a Saturn return. Okay. The first one, again, is for you to become your own authority, really take power. You really see people step into their power after their Saturn return. And then you have it again about 30 years later, almost right before you're about 60, and this is the time when you become the wise one. Okay, Saturn is known for his wisdom. And so you become the wise one when you've been working since the first Saturn return, and now it's time to share that and to, really hold that elder, wise energy. Okay, this is a lot of times why people say, there's so much wisdom in elders, because they've seen so much, they've been through so much, and Saturn has been testing them for 60 years. Okay, and so this is the energy of Saturn. Right. So now what I want to get into, I kind of just a little bit of a general understanding of Saturn and what's happening. But I want to talk about first Saturn and Capricorn, which we have been experiencing since December of 2017. All right. Saturn rules over the sign of Capricorn. So it's very, very, he's been very strong for the past about 3 years. Okay. Very, very strong in the collective. And what's interesting is go back to December 2017 and notice what occurred. I noticed generally in the collective there was a major, major boost in responsibility. People are being called out ever since 2017. You can't really hide from Saturn because he's the time lord. He's the keeper of time, the keeper of karma. So whatever actions you take, he's the one that is checking and seeing. He's kind of like Santa Claus. And it's funny that we have Christmas during Capricorn season. You know what I mean? With the fable of Santa Claus, it's like you either get coal or you get gifts. And that's very Saturnian because he checks to see how have you been doing. And if you've not been doing well, I always say he snatches your wig. Okay, he snatches you back. And if you've been doing good, he rewards. All right. And so since December 2017, I've noticed so much in the collective. You've seen politicians, you've seen CEOs, you've seen big business corporations really being shown their corruption to the collective. You've seen so many people lose power because of corruption. And you've also seen, though, people gaining power over this past 3 years, okay? Because Saturn's in Capricorn, and whatever people have been putting in, you're reaping. Okay, but Saturn and Capricorn's energy, I've also noticed, has been tough, okay, since December 2017. Y'all, it has been very, very serious. It's been a very serious tone in the collective, and this is mainly because of Saturn and Capricorn, okay? There also has been lots of other transits occurring in Capricorn, like the South Node has been moving through Capricorn the past 2 years. Jupiter is now in Capricorn. Pluto is in Capricorn. Mars is currently in Capricorn. So notice how Spirit has been putting lots of focus on this Capricorn sector in the sky, which happens a lot. You don't usually just have one transit happening in one zodiac sign. There's a major focus for the collective. And so we've really strongly been looking at our integrity over the past 3 years, our sense of character, okay, and also seeing that within others, looking at the people surrounding you and seeing, okay, are these the people that I want to surround myself with? This has also been a major time of getting serious about your vocation. What are you doing here? What is your purpose here? People have really been getting in alignment with what they want for themselves this past 3 years, right? But it's been a very serious time, very tough time, okay? Because Saturn does not play, okay? He does not play games. He's not going to give you the easy route. It's the hard route so that you can gain for the long term, all right? And so we've all been feeling this energy. The last thing I want to talk about with Saturn and Capricorn is it's as well a strong thing. I literally mentioned in December how it's like boss up times, ready to be the boss, because boss, the corporate, think about bosses, they're the top, they're the CEOs, they are the highest authority, and Saturn rules authority. Okay, and so everybody since December 2017 noticed the focus of it's time to get in the bag. You know what I'm saying? People have been saying that, and they weren't saying it before. And that's that Saturnian energy coming in, that Saturn and Capricorn focus. It's time to get in your bag. People have been very focused on getting coin, focused on career. A lot of people have been focused on entrepreneurship. Jobs have been a major focus as well. There's been so many people that have left from working underneath someone to now trying to be self-employed, which is very strongly supported by Saturn, because he wants everybody to be their own boss, okay? And so you've seen that a lot in the collective, all right? It's been a major time of bossing up, taking full responsibility as well. Anything that you have kind of left behind, Saturn's like, hey, wait, you got to fix this. You need to look at that in yourself, as well. And so we've really been seeing that, all right? He's a very, very strongly focused on your integrity and seriousness, all right? And so that's been the main focus we've been seeing with Saturn and Capricorn. Now, I'm excited for Saturn and Aquarius because Aquarian energy is a little bit different. The thing is, though, Capricorn and Aquarius are both ruled traditionally by Saturn, all right? In modern astrology, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but in traditional astrology, before we could see Uranus with telescope, Saturn ruled over the energy of Aquarius, okay? And so Aquarius is about innovation. It's about humanitarianism. It's about connectedness, your hopes and wishes, your vision for the future, and finding ways to materialize your vision to help others, humanitarianism, and to invent and innovate new ways, okay? Capricorn energy is about getting to the top of the mountain. Capricorn's, it's been a very kind of lonely energy the past 3 years. A lot of people have lost a lot of connections and have been very isolated. Or even if you are surrounded by people, you felt more alone. And that has a lot to do with Saturn and Capricorn as well, okay? Because his energy is, think about people say, getting to the top of the mountain, all right? They say it's lonely at the top, okay? That's all Saturnian and very Saturn and Capricorn. We've been working on ourselves, building our vision for ourselves, and it's been lonely, all right? It's also a time as well when you have had to shed energies and people around you that are no longer resonating with whatever path you are going on to, okay? It's been a very serious focus. It's been difficult for a lot of people, myself included, having to face reality. Saturn rules reality, okay? And see, okay, wherever I'm going, these certain people, we're no longer, you were here for a season, and now there's a new season coming in. And so there's been a major focus of that. So there's been kind of isolation with that. But I think there's going to be major change coming up with Aquarius because Aquarius rules humanitarianism, friendship, and interconnectedness. And so now that we are shifting into this Aquarian age, with the age of Aquarius, you're really starting to see planets move into the sign of Aquarius to really initiate new things. And do you think it's a coincidence that Saturn, the planet of structuring, integrity, business, building, is moving to the sign of Aquarius as we're starting to shift into the age of Aquarius? Hell no, that is very, very timely and synchronistic with spirit. And there's also other things I'm going to be speaking on as we get through this video that show even more the importance of the age of Aquarius and how the Saturn transit is going to really be affecting us, okay? This is just the beginning. This is planting the seeds for the age of Aquarius. But you're really going to start to see, this shift in the collective, okay? Aquarius, again, is innovation. It's taking the hard work, the integrity, and the character building, all the work you put in Capricorn, and trying to find a new way in Aquarius. Okay, I talk about a lot in my videos how Capricorn could be like, to get to the top of the mountain, that you take this set of stairs, and everybody who wants to get to the top of that mountain must take these set of stairs. Then Aquarius comes along and is like, okay, I know you're taking these stairs, guys, but there's an escalator right around the other side of the mountain that I've just created, so let's go that way. That's an innovative way to get to the top, okay? That's very Aquarian. And so this is what we're going to be seeing a shift in this next 3 years, okay? The last thing I want to mention about Saturn and Capricorn, though, Capricorn rules the goat. And what do goats do? Go to the top of the mountain. You get what I'm saying? This is the connection between everything in astrology. Astrology is so connected to everything in life, but it's a mirror of life. And so you can see that, and if you really looked at goats getting to the top of the mountain, it's not an easy climb, okay? And that's as well in life, getting to the top of whatever, getting to the top and overcoming your limiting patterns, overcoming certain things that, addictions or anything in life is difficult, okay? Climbing the ladder in society is difficult, okay? And so this is that energy that we've been feeling this past 3 years. That was going to continue because Saturn also rules over Aquarius, but it's going to be a different focus. And I'm going to get into that now, okay? Aquarius is about future. It's about your vision. It's very strongly associated with the third eye and what you dream for yourself. Okay, I natally have Saturn in Aquarius, so I can talk lots and lots about this energy. I also have, when I was born, Mercury and Saturn were on top of each other. And so my mind is very, very Saturnian. And my whole purpose here is to express the structures of the age of Aquarius. Okay, because expression, is Mercury, and on top of Saturn and Aquarius is the structures of Age of Aquarius. So I'm here to communicate what's coming into the new age, all right? And so with the Saturn and Aquarius energy, and anybody else who has Saturn and Aquarius, usually the people born from the end of 91 until middle of 94, kind of the end of 94, okay? You're going to be feeling this energy very strong and going into your Saturn return, guys, because Saturn is coming back into Aquarius, all right? It's time to really take serious about your vision and manifest it. It's very interesting as well that we're in 2020 and everybody's been saying it's 2020 vision. That's so Saturn in Aquarius, because Aquarius is about taking your vision and manifesting it. And Aquarius is about future foresight and envisioning new ways and innovating new ways, okay? And the only way to do that is to create and dream up something in your mind and find a way to materialize that, which is literally Saturn in Aquarius, materializing the future, okay? And so we're really going to be seeing that, all right? I'm also going to be giving a little bit of personal examples throughout this so that you can understand from a more personal perspective. I like to share personal as well, so you don't just get astrology from like the very zoomed out, kind of calculated, robotic view of astrology. With my Saturn in Aquarius, this is very, very pivotal in my life. Everything I have attained, everything I've dreamed of has come from a vision, okay? I'm showing now a picture of Alex Wong. He's a very popular dancer in the dance community, and he's very flexible. And literally since I was a junior in high school, I've wanted the same amount of flexibility that he has, okay? And what I did from junior up until my freshman year in college, I had this picture as my phone cover. And I would look at it over and over and over. And even if I didn't want to stretch, I would look at it and say, okay, get down and stretch, get down and stretch. And that's so Saturn in Aquarius. It's using vision, using dreams to manifest. And so I was able to, I had this vision in my head because I'm looking at this picture of myself doing that. And then now I'm showing a picture of me. So you can see over time, this is pictures from my sophomore year in college. You can see that, that I've attained that. And I'm still working. I'm not as flat as Alex Wong's picture, but you can see that this is a way that people with Saturn and Aquarius materialize what their dreams are and their visions. And this is what we're going to be focused on the next 3 years. We've had this time with Saturn and Capricorn to really get serious about ourselves, get serious about our path, and begin to dream and begin to start planning and taking action in our goals. You've seen a lot of people begin new businesses. You've seen a lot of people begin, leaving certain relationships and begin taking their life in a new direction. And now whatever you've been dreaming of, whatever you've been seeing yourself in, whatever you want for yourself, you really can start to take the action on in the Saturn and Aquarius transit, okay? It's about seeing into the future. I also want to mention people with Saturn and Aquarius. One thing I love about Saturn and Aquarius is we have this future kind of hunch or hint or whatever people say, but I get a hunch of what is going to happen in the future. A lot of times with clients and my friends, it's happened to me my entire life. People will come to me like, oh my God, I want to do this so bad. And I can literally see them doing it. And as I'm seeing them doing it, it's helping to materialize it. People with Saturn and Aquarius have this ability to manifest through vision, okay? I can just, for example, my roommate, I lived with for 7 years in college and a little bit after college. One time she is a dancer as well. She wanted to go to Israel and dance with Batsheva, which is a very, very renowned dance studio or dance company in Tel Aviv. And she had no, the finances for that. It was, that's an expensive trip. And I was like, no, it's going to happen. I can totally see you do that. That's so you. Oh my gosh, it's going to happen. And I said, well, why don't you just start a GoFundMe? I just kind of just giving advice, just thinking that was what popped in my head because this is Saturn and Aquarius. Tell me why. The GoFundMe, within a week or two, she got all that she needed and more for the trip. And within a month was in Tel Aviv. Okay, so that is that Saturn and Aquarius. It's taking whatever vision, whatever you see for yourself, and putting and implementing, taking steps towards it. Okay, the water bearer, everything you see on the water bearer and what you're going to see coming up, all started in my head, and everything does. I have this quote literally sitting on my desktop All great things are born in a dream. And that's very Saturn and Aquarius. It's whatever you dream up, whatever you have this future vision for, how can you materialize that? Okay. And so this is what we're going to be seeing in the collective the next 3 years. And we're really going to be seeing it strong in the millennials as well, because the millennials have, not only the majority of us, well, not majority, but a good third of us have Saturn and Aquarius. All of the millennials have Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, and Neptune in Capricorn, which I just talked about with Saturn, to materialize these very innovative dreams and spiritually enhanced, that's Neptune, dreams, Uranus, so Neptune and Uranus come together, so spiritual dreams in the sign of Capricorn, which rules manifestation, okay? And so this is the energy that we're here, this is why we've been incarnated, the millennials, to bring down all of these new visions into reality, and not just, materializing jobs and different forms of structure, but this is also materializing how you view society. This is also why you see lots of millennials really advocating for body positivity, for equality. Okay, all these things are very Aquarian, which is about humanitarianism and equality and brotherhood. So you're seeing, especially in the millennial age, the millennial group, a strong emphasis on trying to bring down these ideals that we have and we've always dreamed of. Okay, and so you're really seeing that in the collective. The next thing I want to talk about that we're going to see, because that's the first point, very strong focus. It's now time to materialize your visions. So this next 3 years, you're going to see so many new inventions coming out. I'm very excited for that. We also have Uranus, which is currently in Taurus. Uranus, again, is the ruler of Aquarius. It's in Taurus, it'll be in Taurus this entire Saturn and Aquarius transit, and forming a strong square in alignment to Saturn, really emphasizing this energy, allowing us to innovate new things in the material. Taurus rules the material world. And so for Uranus, the planet of innovation in Taurus, this is new inventions. Okay, you've already seen some new things starting to come out, especially with dealing with climate change, with dealing with just technology in general. You're seeing new inventions coming out. But because Saturn is moving to Aquarius, I cannot wait for this next 3 years, because you're going to see so many new inventions and new structures beginning. Okay, and so, Saturn's transits it takes him 30 years to go back around to the same spot. And so what we're seeing, I'm not saying in this next 3 years, everything in the age of Aquarius is going to be initiated. That's not true. But the seeds are going to be planted, and you're going to start to see buds and fruit of newness coming in. Okay, I'll talk about this at the very end of the video, but on December 17th, when Saturn is moving back into Aquarius, and officially he will not come back into Capricorn, Jupiter will be with him. And Jupiter rules expansion, Jupiter rules teaching, Jupiter rules, he just blows up anything that he touches. So for him and Saturn to move together into the sign of Aquarius, this is not only planting seeds in the new age, but very expansive seeds that are going to grow very big for the next, not only 30 years, but the next 20 years as well, because Jupiter and Saturn come together every 20 years. Okay, the last time they came together was in 2000, but I'll get to that at the end of the video. Okay? So major time for a lot of new visions to be manifest. And you're going to start to see the collective really focus on getting their future dreams. Okay. The next aspect of Saturn in Aquarius I'm excited about is restructuring of friendships and networks based on similar ideologies. Okay, Aquarius is an air sign. It's the last air sign, and air energy rules your intellect. It rules the mind, and it also rules interaction. Okay, and communication between other people. And so this time is going to be major for people networking, connecting, people saying it's time to find your tribe. I'm starting to hear that a lot. This is Saturn in Aquarius. And it's funny that I started to hear be a boss, get in your bag a little bit before December of 2017 when Saturn moved into Capricorn. And now that we're moving to the Saturn in Aquarius transit, I'm hearing find your tribe, 2020 vision. You're starting to see the energy already in the collective. Okay, so that lone wolf energy we've been in the past 3 years is going to be shifting, and now all the lone wolves who've had their focus are going to be connecting with other lone wolves of similar mind. Okay, so that we can have, again, Aquarius rules humanitarianism. So this is the time for us to really connect with others, and join forces and find ways to manifest together and for the group, for the whole. Okay. I feel like the Saturn and Capricorn transit the past 3 years was strongly about manifesting for your life, getting your life together. But now that we have a general understanding of what we need to do to get our life together, and we're on a path of new integrity, we're on a path of developing our character, we're on a path of developing our business, or whatever this Saturn and Capricorn transit did for you the past 3 years, it's now going to be a time of networking and sharing with other people, okay, which I'm very, very excited about. I spoke with the Saturn and Capricorn transit. We were lone wolves, and we shed people that were not on the path. And now it's going to be time to reconnect again. So if you felt very isolated the past 3 years, this is going to be the energy the next 3 years to really see connectivity, to really see a blending in the collective again. Okay, but not just a blending with anyone. You're blending with people of like mind. This is Aquarian energy, people that have the same vision as you. Okay, you're going to also see partnerships, couples that are working together. I'm already seeing that a lot in the collective, but it's like Michelle and Obama. Okay, this is Michelle and Barack. This is going to be a very strong focus in the collective. You're going to see people networking in friendships as well, but you're also going to see lots of couples working together for a similar vision. This is that Saturn and Aquarius energy. Okay, everybody's connecting based on their ideologies. Okay. Which I'm very, very excited about. It has been a very isolating time the past 3 years, but now it's time to find our tribe. Okay, we've had a very, very strong focus of healing ourselves and removing people that no longer really resonate with us, and now it's time to really find your spiritual family. Okay, we've had the North Node in Cancer the past 1.5 years as well, allowing us to heal a lot of childhood traumas, understand a lot of family situations, and break a lot of generational patterns. And now it's time to reconnect and find family that is based in a similar mindset. Okay, not saying everybody's going to be dipping out on their families, but it's a time of connecting and finding your tribe based on what you believe and based on your vision. Okay, excuse me. And what's interesting as well, at this time, for the entire time that Saturn is going to be in Aquarius part 1, okay, March 21st through July the 1st, we're having a Venus retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is another air sign. It's the first air sign. And so for us to have Venus rules relationships and projects and finances. For us to have Venus going retrograde, Venus retrograde is all about reworking. It's all about, reflecting. People from your past coming back. It's a lot about retuning relationships, retuning your finances, retuning your projects. And in the sign of Gemini, Gemini is the mind and also connection. Okay, Gemini rules the arms and is the ruler of the twin because that's about connectivity. Okay, and so this is another emphasis and another sign for me. When I looked at this transit, I was like, oh wow, Venus is going to be retrograde the entire time. Saturn is in Aquarius for that first part. Wow. So this means as soon as Saturn moves into Aquarius, it's going to be who are you connected with and who do you want to be connected with. So I'm going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of shifting in relationships and shifting in projects and finances based on, again, a similar mindset starting March 21st until July the 1st. Okay. Then we're going to have a little bit of a break from July the 1st until December. And I believe this time is going to be for us to go back to that Capricorn energy of integrity, character, because you might have met someone new, during this March 21st to July the 1st, met a new person that you can work on a project with, met, someone new of a like mind or had this new vision with the Saturn Aquarius energy of the future. And it's like, oh, wait, in order for me to accomplish this vision, I need to go back in Capricorn and really fine tune something, do some hard work on myself or my business so that I can really benefit and bounce forward in the best way once Saturn fully is in Aquarius, December 17th until March of 2023. Okay, so we get a little taste of Saturn in Aquarius from March 21st to July the 1st, allowing us to connect with others, get an insight, get a taste of this insight and this very future-oriented vision that we're going to be dealing with, and then we'll be able to fully move forward in December. Okay. I want to, again, this is time to bring in a little bit of a personal story. I have Saturn in Aquarius, like I spoke about before, and it deals, again, Aquarius deals with networks and friendships. My entire life, and I wanted people who have Saturn in Aquarius comment below. Let me know how many friend groups you have changed in your life, okay? I have shifted between 5 and 6 times with friend groups, and that sounds kind of interesting, like friend groups, what does that mean? But in elementary school, I had a certain, friend group. I was in elementary school. And then second grade, I switched schools, and I didn't know anybody, so I had to create and fit with everybody else. Aquarian energy is also the oddball. Okay, it's the underdog. It's the person that doesn't necessarily fit in. Okay, so for me, fitting in with friends, this was not very easy growing up. Okay, now since we're moving to the age of Aquarius, a lot more Aquarian energies, like you see Megan Thee Stallion. You see there's so many, Ricky Thompson. There's so many Aquarians that are coming to power because this is the age of Aquarius we're moving into. But before that, if you look at a lot of Aquarian stories, we did not fit in growing up. Okay, and so friendship is very important to us because it took us a long time, or it was a little bit difficult to find our niche, to find where we fit. Okay, we felt isolated. We felt odd. Aquarius rules. It's again that innovative energy, but it's uniqueness. It's your unique qualities. Okay, I feel like all Aquarians are very unique in some way. And we're actually very proud of our uniqueness, and so because of that, you're going to be seeing friendship as a major focus this next 3 years. But it's going to be about people networking in a new way. Okay, and so again, back to the story. Kindergarten through second grade, had a certain network, then had to switch schools and meet completely new people. And then when I went to middle school, I went to a middle school that nobody from my elementary school happened to go through. This happens all the time for me. This is again why I want people with Saturn and Aquarius to comment below, because maybe this happens with you as well. And nobody around me this happened to. Everybody, you went to middle school and you knew people from elementary, but when I left that second school in elementary school and went to middle school, nobody from my elementary school went with me. So I had to, again, re-assimilate in middle school. Then I went to high school. The same thing happened, okay? So I had to meet all new friends in high school. And then during that time, I changed dance studios twice. And I had to meet, again, new friends there. When I went to college, only 1 or 2 people from my high school went to the same college as me. So that was, again, a new friend group. And then when I went from college, I only went to USC in South Carolina for 2 years. Then I moved to New York City. I knew no one again. So I had, again, this is like the 5th or 6th time where I had to meet and create and find my niche again. Okay, and find new people again to network with. And then now, since I'm out of college, it's again changing. You know what I mean? I now have the Water Bear. I'm meeting new people there, and I'm also, doing, teaching dance and judging dance competitions, and I'm networking with new people. But once I left college, I only spoke with my roommate, who I went to college with, and everybody else in college I didn't really speak to anymore. And so that's shifting. Okay, so you're really going to be seeing this is the time to reconnect with others. But you may see that you connect with the whole entire new group because there's a major change in your focus. Okay, so that's going to be a major focus: friendship and networking. Who you're networking with. I also mentioned, like I talked about before, the new age partnerships you're going to be seeing, like the Obamas. Okay, lots of power couples that have the same common goals and vision. Back in the day, couples, it wasn't necessarily you married for your vision. You married because, you wanted to be with that person. But you're going to see a lot of people connecting and couples coming forward that work together. Okay. And so I'm already seeing that. And you're really going to start to see that even more this next 3 years. All right. Because this is, again, getting us into the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is about connecting with like minds. Okay. And so to begin that, we have to start it somewhere, and this is beginning in the Saturn and Aquarius transit. All right. The last thing I want to talk about with this transit before I get into the Jupiter conjunct Saturn at the end, in December, is the underdog and weirdos. This is time for us to rule. Okay. I've always been a defender of the underdog because I felt that in my energy. Not only is Aquarius the oddball and the very unique energy, but Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So one thing that Aquarians and Capricorn share is we got the underdog for a long time until we come to power, because Saturn is slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Other zodiac signs, like maybe like Sagittarians, they're ruled by Jupiter, which is more instant, or Virgos or Geminis is Mercury, very quick. Since Saturn takes long and is about slowly getting to the top, Aquarius and Capricorn, who are ruled by Saturn, and people who have strong, lots of Aquarian energy, lots of Capricorn energy, you're the underdog. You're a late bloomer for a long time. I've always been a late bloomer. I didn't hit puberty until like the end of high school. I've always looked younger than I am. I've always felt behind. Every time with those dance companies, every new company I moved into, I was the weakest link, and I had to work to get to a place of where I felt comfortable, where I felt like I fit. Okay. Same in school. Every time when I went to in elementary, I went from a public school to a magnet school in elementary school, and everybody around me had already been that magnet program for 2 years. So they were very advanced, and I had to catch up. Then I went to middle school, and I was in the honors program there and had to catch up. Then I went to high school, and I was in the Scholars Academy, which is a very, very rigorous program, and I had to catch up there. Okay, so it's constant catching up. And that's very Saturn, that's very Capricorn, that's very Aquarian. So you're going to see not only this focus for yourself, you could feel like, you're at the bottom and having to work your way to the top this next 3 years. And you could have already felt that the past 3 years because Saturn was in Capricorn, which is also ruled by Saturn. But this is going to be a strong time of the underdog, late bloomers, and the weirdos, people that don't necessarily fit in, coming to power. Okay. Think as well of Lizzo. Lizzo has her Mars in Aquarius. She has a strong Aquarian energy. And so she is seen, she was, kind of like the underdog. She doesn't necessarily fit in with society, but she's making a major name for herself. And notice her style is very unique. Okay. Again, Megan Thee Stallion, she talks about how she was bullied growing up, but now it's like everybody loves her, Ricky Thompson, bullied growing up, it's that Aquarian energy. You don't really necessarily fit in until later on. Okay, Alicia Keys, Oprah. There's a lot of people that you can see that are Aquarians that it took some time to get to being accepted. Okay, so you're going to see people that necessarily were not accepted growing up coming to power at this time. This is going to be a major theme that's starting, but you're going to really see continuing because of this age of Aquarius we're moving into. And the funny thing about Aquarius is Aquarius rules the future, but it also talks about how it's your unique aspect within yourself. And the thing about society is we all actually are very unique. But because society paints a portrait of who you should be, everybody should look like this, do these things, it's the Aquarian energy. Aquarius rules rebellion as well. It rules like a radical mind. Aquarian, we don't necessarily fit in, and so we have to. The reason we are very innovative is because we didn't fit in. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, if I would have instantly just fit in, I wouldn't have these unique quirks that I do because I had to sit and find who I am because I didn't fit with everybody else. Okay? Growing up, all the other guys in school, I didn't never fit with them, especially black guys, I really didn't fit. Okay? I was the only black guy in a lot of my classes. I was gay in the South, a dancer as well. There's a lot of different qualities that I didn't really fit growing up. But now these are the things that I capitalize on. These are the things I'm most proud of because I've taken the time to embrace them. Okay, so you're going to really see people embracing themselves and people that do not fit the stereotype coming to power so that we can have more equality, which is, again, what Aquarius rules. Think about Ellen DeGeneres. She's an Aquarius as well. Same story. Okay. So you're going to see lots of the underdogs coming to power at this time to really initiate the age of Aquarius so that we can have a more equal society. Okay. So I'm very excited as well for that. All right. So that's the main energy that we're going to be feeling and the main themes you're going to be seeing with the Saturn and Aquarius energy. Still hardworking, but it's less, lone wolf focus and less just working for the work's sake, which is very Capricorn, just hard work. We were tested so strong the past 3 years on how hard can you work? What's your integrity? Can you persevere? What's your consistency? Your consistency. Can you maintain? Can you get up every day and keep working? That's very Saturn and Capricorn. Okay. Now that we're moving to Saturn and Aquarius, it's still working hard, but who are you connecting to? Can you manifest your vision? Okay, that's going to be more of the focus, all right? Dreaming and finding ways to connect with others and use resources to make what you see in your head come to life, okay? That's the main focus, right? Well, the last thing I want to talk about, like I said before, Jupiter conjunct Saturn. December the 20th, which is 3 days after December 17th, when Saturn moves into Aquarius for, officially, Jupiter's going to be joining him, okay? And Jupiter, again, expands everything. So I wrote down expanding on the visions, okay? The last time this happened was May 31st of 2000, and Saturn and Jupiter were conjunct in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Very interesting that right now, we're moving to the sign of Aquarius, and the ruler of Aquarius is in the sign of Taurus, okay? And so back in 2000, it was about restructuring life, because Taurus rules Earth, it rules life, it rules the material world, right? And so with Jupiter there, it's about expanding. Notice since 2000 how much new expansion you've seen in material things, okay? It's blown up. Think about food. There's been so many new inventions coming out, especially when you think about like vegan foods, and think about as well just technology. 2000 as well is really the beginning, the initiation of a lot of the internet. Even though the internet was happening a little bit before that, the internet really was initiated with the Uranus-Neptune conjunction when the millennials were born. The millennials we came in with internet. That's why we're using it the most, okay? And Aquarius rules the internet because the internet connects you, right? And the internet also brings awareness and brings information, okay? And Aquarius rules spreading information. This is why I'm the water bearer, because the water bearer, that's the zodiac symbol for Aquarius, is about sharing spiritual wisdom and knowledge, okay? Spreading it out, pouring the cup around and spreading the tea, okay? That is Aquarius. So since that energy was around during the millennials' birth with the Uranus-Neptune conjunction, you're seeing, and then you had the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter in 2000, which was squaring Uranus at that time. And where was Uranus? Uranus was in Aquarius in 2000, okay? Its ruler, it was very, very strong. So this connection you're seeing, everything you're seeing that has been built since 2000 has been really expanded upon, but it's had that very Aquarian energy attached to it. Look at cell phones, the past since 2000. The past 20 years, cell phones have really changed, okay? Look at cars. Now we have touchscreen things in the dashboard. You can basically, your car has everything that your phone has, or your computer has, okay? There even is computer-like technology on refrigerators. You can talk to Siri. You have what's the I wish I knew. I don't have the thing, but it's now coming out. Is it Alexa? I forgot what the name of it is, but it's like that Disney movie with the talking house. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing so much technology in our lives, and that's because the past 20 years, Jupiter and Saturn were conjunct, and it initiated a 20-year cycle of expansion in the area of Taurus, okay, which is life, our manifestations, all right? You also are seeing Taurus rules money and Taurus rules value. There's been a major shift in value over the past 20 years, okay? With the internet, now you have people making lots of money off of the internet. That was not ever a thing before now, okay? That's very age of Aquarius, okay? Self-employment, working from home, these are a lot of things that are very new. Now, working from home is not necessarily new, especially, prior to the industrial age. Everybody was at home, you know what I'm saying, working from the farm or whatever you did. But it's working from home now on your computer, working from home and still connecting with the world, okay? Before it was working from home and you're connected with your local community, but now it's working from home and I'm making this video and anybody in the world can see it. This is and I'm sitting at home. This is very Aquarian, very new age, okay? And very, age of Aquarius. What's very interesting is I have Saturn natally in my 6th house of daily routine. And so that's been, Saturn, like I talked about in the beginning of the video, wherever Saturn is placed, it's difficult for you, but you slowly get there. I had so many part-time jobs before I got to the place I am now. I worked for so many different people and it never felt right. And then it was, about 4 years ago, I started self-employment with teaching dance, and then it became doing judging competitions, and then it was always kind of unique jobs, and now it's, you know, sharing astrology and sharing spirituality over the internet, which is again a very unique and very kind of, it's growing in popularity, but not that much. And I can see that this is my path, but it's taken a long time. Okay, and now that I'm getting into my Saturn return, I'm going to start to really see me starting to create a strong foundation off of this focus, which is again very Aquarian. Okay, I have an Aquarius 6th house, which is a new age 6th house. My work environment is new age. Okay, and so that is what you're seeing in the collective. Okay, and so on December 20th of 2020, Jupiter and Saturn are going to be conjunct at 0 degrees, the very beginning of Aquarius. And so for the next 20 years, and for the next 30 years as well, until Saturn comes back, and since this is initiating the age of Aquarius, for the entire age of Aquarius, we're going to be seeing lots of new developments of innovative structuring, okay, because it's in the sign of Aquarius, okay? Lots of new development in networking, okay? You're going to see lots of new networks in new ways and develop over the next 20 years, okay? What else is Aquarius? Vision as well. You're going to see lots of new innovative visions coming in the next 20 years, okay? Kind of like MLK, Martin Luther King, I have a dream. You're going to see people really emphasizing their vision for the collective, because Aquarius rules humanitarianism. Lots of new collective dreams and goals coming to focus. Okay, I have a very Aquarian major dream. I'm not going to speak on it because it's like literally my whole life path. Okay, I'm going to keep it on hush hush until later on. But you're seeing lots of people finding ways to connect with others. You're seeing people even dreaming and starting to find ways to create more like community centers and wanting to live off the grid with other communities. There's lots of new ideas coming to the collective, which is very Aquarian. Okay, so you're going to see this all through the collective, lots and lots of shifting and changing. And so that is the majority of my spiel, guys. Spiel about Saturn and Aquarius. I'm excited about this transit, and I really feel like it's going to bring very, very strong change for the collective, very innovative change, and is really going to push us into the age of Aquarius. I feel like anytime I mention the age of Aquarius, I get kind of raised eyebrows because it's still kind of a new term, but you're going to really see the collective jumping on the bandwagon with this term as we move into this next 3 years, because you're going to really see shifting and changing in a very innovative way. So that's what I have, guys. I was very excited to share this with you guys. Let me know again, comment below, my fellow Saturn and Aquarians, if you resonated with anything I spoke on personally, and as well if you are feeling this energy, because it's our Saturn return, so here we go. Let me know how you feel. And that's what I have, guys. Much, much love. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And that's what I have. Deuces. Oh, P.S. If you want as well a personal session with me to know how it's going to affect you, I can look on so many things. Where is this transit happening in your chart? I can talk about if you have natal Saturn Aquarius, what that means for your life path, what Saturn's going to be teaching you this next 3 years. There's so much I can help with. So if that interests you as well, always, I'm always here. But again, that's what I have, guys. Much love. The Water Bearer is out.